Hello and Grüß Gott. Today I'm going to show you how to replace the stem or cartridge assembly on a Delta faucet. Normally these faucets, the little rubber seat and springs go bad. We have 7 of these sinks in our house, so I keep a lot of parts around. Normally I used to use only Delta parts, but for these little seats and springs, I found the Delta ones don't hold up very well, and actually the aftermarket made in Taiwan ones hold up better. However, I only use genuine Delta for the what I call the stem assembly. The complaint is it's leaking water here when you turn on the faucet. So we're going to shut the water off, we're going to remove this, and we're going to replace this, and I'll show you how to do all that next. Right now I'm going to turn off the water for both the hot, which is on the left side, cold, which is on the right side. Turn it off by turning these a quarter of a turn. We turn off both sides because water can flow from one side to the other when you take this assembly apart. So we don't want that to happen. So I'm going to turn both of them off, and then I'll show you what to do next. When you get ready to remove this, you'll use a standard American ball end hex key. And this is a 3/32 in size. And we live in a high calcium area, so often these get stuck in here, so you have to work it loose, and it takes a little while. You want to make sure you don't strip it out, and so we're going to do that, and we're going to take this off, and we'll be right back. Oh, and it's a great time also to check underneath for water leaks. So if you have water leaks, you'll want to replace the hoses under there. Okay, we're finally able to take off this handle piece over here. Actually, it was stuck on so solid from having leakage under here and building up so much residue that I had to use a pair of pliers, and I'll have to replace that component. So now we need to loosen this piece here. Some of these have like a knurled nut, and some have a regular large nut, like a hex nut. So what I want to do is left to loosen. So this should turn, and it does. And we're going to take this loose, and you'll note there's a piece that goes in here, and that's to keep the handle from going further back. So when we put the new piece in, we'll make sure we put the piece that comes separate back here. So we're going to pull this off, pull this out. Again, it looks like it's stuck in there completely. Good thing I'm replacing it. And then I'll take the 2 seats out and the 2 springs, or sorry, 1 seat and 1 spring that's in here, and I'll replace those. And I'll replace this component, and I'll lubricate everything as I put it back together so that it should come back apart easier next time. So I'll do that, and I'll be right back. All right, I've removed the seat and spring, and I have a new one here. And the way I put these in is I sort of pre-fit it like that. I just slide it onto a Allen wrench like that, and that should put it into the right way, so I can just push it down in there. And you sort of have to push it down to get it to fit. You have to go around it. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to lubricate this with Krytox grease. You could use Vaseline, anything that's going to not dissolve in water so that it stays lubricated. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll slide it in. Here's Krytox. It's a perfluorinated ether grease. So I'll put it on here, and I'll put that in. So we'll do that. We'll be right back. Okay, I have the new stem assembly in. I'm just going to put this retaining piece on, and like I said, I'm going to put a little bit of Krytox grease on the threads here so that when I have to do this again in 2 or 3 years, it won't be stuck on. Also, I'm going to go put this in CLR and clean it up. I will want to replace it because I did damage it, and I'm kind of a perfectionist. So I will also replace the set screw that goes in there. And unfortunately, when they get all calcified, they're hard to get out. Sometimes you actually have to drill these out. I've had to do that on a few of these faucets. It's kind of one of the design flaws. So also, when you put this retaining piece on right here, you have to make sure you have the piece of plastic in there that keeps this from going backwards, because the retaining piece here actually holds it into place. So I don't want to tighten this up very tight. I just want to make it very loose, slightly snug, you know. You can sort of feel when the resistance starts to stop. Because if you make it too tight, you'll actually twist the whole assembly. And then you'll have to reset it from underneath. So we're going to do that. We're going to put it back together, and that's it. Thanks for watching.